Surprise, surprise. I can't remember how, but somehow I solved my problem with not feeling good about myself and being in a mentally unwell state just by changing how I fell asleep at night. Oh, and hello guys. Welcome back. So glad to see you again, or for the first time. I guess I'm not seeing you, and I do feel weird saying glad to have you see me, but I am glad you're here. I am really excited about this new post. I was in this kick at this time period of let's just do what we can to make life a little easier, a little better, because oh my gosh, life can be really hard. And this post, I talked about some in my nightly routine I did that helped not only to improve my night, but also, even more so, it helped to improve my days. Ooh, and I would prefer to have my days improved because, my goodness, there's a lot more hours in them. I can't remember how I came up with this. Honestly, I always give credit to God. Probably a large portion of it came from Him. I had a few other things that inspired me, but I don't want to give anything away yet. So let's just get to it. This blog was posted May 15th, 2022, blog titled The Nightly Triple Tens. In a month or less, I've changed my bad days to good days, and the outcome of my days have improved due to a practice I've implemented into my nightly routine. I call it the Nightly Triple Tens. Before I began doing these triple tens, I looked at life and sometimes felt meh. It was like someone had attached a weighted leash to me, and every time something negative happened in my day or in my head, I wasn't only pulled back from progress, but I was pulled down to an exhausted, prostrated state. Enemies against my self-confidence often pulled against this leash. You're not that pretty, yank. Your articles aren't that good, yank. You're not wanted, yank. All that self-doubt kept on tugging and pulling until I had laid on my knees, wondering if it held any truth. Then new forces would come in, ones I can't name because they always changed, but we can call them this: bad day moments, an argument with my husband, falling and failing plans with friends, anything random that caused stress. Those yanks brought me from my knees to my hands. And the final blow? I couldn't stop thinking about them. I thought over and over on the bad things about me and my life, and with that last yank, I lied on the ground, face first. Sometimes this negative thinking consumed my mind. Other times, it interrupted and irritated my days. Whether it happened frequently or not, I knew I needed to change it. I was tired of the disappointment, bad habits, and self-doubt that continued each time thinking like this persisted. I needed to try positive thinking. I always think of the funny memes that they make fun of people that this is their whole thing. Anyway, this could help solve my problems. I knew this because the world has widely spread the news that positive thinking can change your life, make it better. Many psychology studies support this, including the 1985 study Optimism, Coping, and Health: Assessment and Implications of Generalized Outcome Expectancies by Michael F. Shire? Might have said that wrong. And Charles F. S. Carver, which helped lay a foundation for this it's a phenomenon that I can't say phenomenon. This foundation for this phenomenon. Phenomenon. It sounds like the Muppets. I needed to reverse the following negative thinking: my self-perception, my outlook on my day, my hyper-focus on myself when things go wrong. I remembered a time when I used to finish my nightly prayers and continue thinking about additional people I would want God to bless. It always felt nice. And bonus, it helped me to fall asleep. If I could combine my psychology knowledge with the scriptural advice and past habit, when thou liest down at night, lie down unto the Lord, then I could change things. Thus, the nightly triple tens became. Each night I would lie in bed, eyes closed, and mentally rotate through 3 things. 10 things I liked about myself, 10 good things that happened that day, and at least 10 people I wanted blessed, aka I wanted to have good things happen to. In addition, each night I try to use a new point in the list, although, unavoidably, repeats happened here and there. These lists did not and do not go by quickly for me. At first, it took me a while to think of 10 things I liked about myself, or on a bad day, I had to scavenger around my memories to find 10 good things that had happened. Over time, though, it became easier to think of things that I liked about myself. I saw the good more quickly in my days. I still took my time when going through the list, but I took the time because I wanted to choose the most important things that I liked, or that happened, not because I couldn't think of any. Surprisingly, this helped improve my ability to fall asleep. Granted, I less frequently experience difficulty in this area, but on nights when my brain boomed with activity, I quieted it down by slowly going through these lists. The nightly triple tens gave me good nights, even after bad days. I continued to practice this habit, and as I fell asleep with positive thinking, it seemed that this attitude became infused with me during the night and continued on to the next day. I began to get less and less tugs of self-doubt. Bad parts of the day showed up less and disappeared more quickly after their arrival. My gratitude and recognition of others grew more as I thought less about myself and more about them. I obtained a love for my life and a love for the world I lived in. All because I listed 30 good things each night. And truth be told, I even fell asleep many times early on in the list. And it still worked. Positivity carries power into our lives. It enables us to make our own lives better rather than waiting for it to happen circumstantially. I am so glad that I have this routine. My life has not felt as easily enjoyable as it does now, not since long ago. So maybe this seems silly, but if it can transform your nights and your days, maybe give it a try. Make the nightly triple tens a part of your life. It just might make life that much better. Cool. So my article did give some tips about how I figured it out, so I don't have to figure it out. Woo! It's true. I think like 70% of the time I fell asleep before I even got to thinking about others I wanted to be blessed. Sometimes I even fell asleep in the middle of thinking about stuff I liked about myself. But it helped me so much. Did it fix my problems? No. Was it this permanent fixture that just solved my sad moments and anything that caused me to have bad days? No, I definitely had bad days after that. But it did assist me in having more power and more control over my life rather than feeling like I'm just suffering by all the things hitting me and I can't do anything about them. This gave me something I could do. I will say that I don't do this every night anymore, but I do it here and there, especially when I'm having a hard time falling asleep, or if I've been down on myself and I can remember that this helps. Sometimes I forget because I'm out of the habit of it, but when I do it, I definitely fall asleep more quickly. And I usually end up feeling better because of it. A few months after I did this, I did bring it to my therapist at the time, and he liked it. So maybe it has some validity to it, some verification from a professional. Or I don't know. I did try to like incorporate some psychology into it. But again, a lot of the times when it comes down to it, these are just things that I found that have worked for me. So maybe you start doing these triple tens every night and you find, hey, this is an area where I'm really like lacking in. Let me try it. And for some reason, it works. Then it works, right? Speaking of nighttime, my gosh, I am so ready for a nap. I'm still recovering from time changes. Is that just me? Anyway, thanks for joining. If you liked this video, like this video down below. Subscribe. join our little tight-knit community. We're 5 away from 50, so very exciting for me. I don't know, 50 is a nice number, I think. But 45 is great too. We love them all. Okay, everyone, I hope you have a good rest of your day or week or hour. I don't know where you're at in life, but hoping the best for you. And I'll see you next time. You'll see me next time. I'm just gonna say goodbye. Bye.